In trigonometry, you're sometimes asked to prove that an identity is true. Now, at the moment, you know two of the basic identities. You know that tan of x is identical to sine x over cos x. And you should also know that sine squared x plus cos squared x is identical to 1. Those are facts. You don't need to prove them, but you can use them. Now let's suppose you were asked to prove the following identity. Prove that tan theta plus cos theta over sine theta is identical to 1 over sine theta cos theta. The first thing to say is that you shouldn't start with that as your opening line. What you do is you start with one of the sides, your choice, and manipulate it until you have shown that it is equivalent to the other side. Now, as a general rule, people who are struggling with this will probably want to start with the side that they think is easiest, but that will land them in trouble straight away. You need to start with the side that you think is more complicated. Now, I would judge that the left-hand side is more complicated. So left-hand side equals tan theta plus cos theta over sine theta. The other general principle is that you should look at what you've got, compare it to what you're trying to prove that it's the same as, and look for the differences. Yes, look for the similarities, but particularly look for the differences. So here, the biggest difference is that I have two terms, whereas I'm trying to prove that it's equivalent to just one term. Recognizing that encourages me to follow a certain train of thought. I want to rewrite this as one term. The second term is a fraction, and I know that tan of theta is sine theta over cos theta. And I'm starting to think in terms of adding fractions to produce a single term, and then I'm starting to think in terms of common denominators. So something plus something. Okay, best common denominator here is going to be sine theta cos theta. In the first fraction, I've multiplied the denominator by sine theta, so I do the same to the numerator. And in the second fraction, I've multiplied by cos theta, so I do the same to the numerator. Now that I've got my common denominator, I can start to think about actually combining the two fractions. So the numerator becomes sine squared theta plus cos squared theta. And I know that sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is exactly equivalent to 1. And so I have proved that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. And that is the structure